I'm RYT, and today we'll be doing some different stretches for the lower back. A couple of things working on the arms as well. For today, you're going to want to incorporate a strap into your practice. I'll try to guide with variations that don't involve the strap, but for today's lesson, I would recommend this. Blocks, of course, if that's part of your practice. But we're going to start very easy in a kneeling pose. If you're more advanced, you can go to hero's pose. So just to turn and show you, for the heroes, you'll be getting your butt, as it were, closer to the ground. That flexibility isn't quite there for me, so I've modified with just a standard kneeling pose. Of course, hands to the knees, back straight, opening up the chest, broad shoulders, and gaze forward. We're just going to take some time now to center ourselves and prepare for our practice today. Just taking a moment here, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We've got different options in terms of centering. You can focus in on your third eye. For me today, I'm focusing on my breath. I'm trying to draw the belly button closer to the spine. So we're just breathing and really focusing on posture in the back. As you can see, my back is straight as I'm in this pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So what we're going to do today to start is I'm going to lift the right hand up above me like so, and bring the left foot, right hand up above like so. The left hand is going to come behind the back. You can touch it to the floor, or you can bind it behind your back, and that's just our starting position here. We're going to exhale, bring hands back to center, like so. Taking a 3 breath count. And inhale, left hand comes up, right hand comes back to a bound position. Focusing on the straight back. Again, if you find any issue with the shoulders, like that, you can bring the hand to the mat. If you have a block, you can just press off of that, if that's part of your practice. We're going to exhale, come back to center. All right. From here, I'm now going to cross the hands. So left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes to the left knee. Or as close as you can while maintaining a straight back. You will keep this left hand on the knee or thigh, like your preference, depending on your flexibility. We're just going to turn and look over our right shoulder. Try to keep your hips square. There's a tendency to pull right on this, and we want to stay centered here as we turn to look. Again, if it helps you with stability, a block is perfectly acceptable. Focusing in here on the breathing. And exhale, we come back to center. Right hand comes to left thigh, left hand underneath, like so. And we're going to turn Right hand stays on the thigh, left looking over, and working that stretch. Exhale, coming back to center. What I want you to do from here is just drop the head like so. And we're going to bring the hands clasped over the head like so. You can bind the fingers, you can keep them in a prayer pose, but again, we're long in the back, facing down. Just getting a stretch here. Emphasis on the shoulders, getting them wide. So this position can be helpful. Have the stability. Prayer hands are very good. So we're just going to take a moment once again to breathe. Exhale. Coming back to center. Very good, very good. If you find yourself getting tired at all in the knees, feel free to bolster, whether that's with your block, roll the towel, anything like that can help with this position because it can start to strain on the legs. And from here, what we're going to do is raise both hands up, thumbs facing inward, arms straight, and we're getting wider than the shoulders, as you can see here. And this, we really want to focus on our breath here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. What we're going to do for just a few moments here is a breath of fire practice with our arms over the head, really opening up our body, heating ourselves up here and centering, focusing on the breath. So, in order to do so, you're going to follow a rapid breathing pattern like so. Very much emphasis on the breathing from the nose. Really, again, at your own comfort level, but this is breath work here, and we will begin. And you'll notice you're getting a bounce in this breath of fire. And again, just to be careful with your body. If you need a bolster, please use one. I would not like to see anyone get injured here. And exhale, we're coming just back to center. Feel free to shake the arms out or do whatever feels right to you just to get a little bit of tension out of the shoulders. And once you're just ready up, because we're going to do that just one more time. So again, here it is, resting, restorative breathing, gearing ourselves up for just another round of a breath of fire. So once again, arms come up, thumbs facing inward like this, and just we're going to do for about 30 seconds of breath of fire practice, and begin. Exhale. Coming back to center. Very good. We're going to drop the head one more time. Bring your hands clasped overhand, whether that's a prayer pose for you or like so. Drawing our breath. Exhale. Back to center. This is when our strap comes into play. And after this, I'm going to take you out of this hero's pose to know that can be a lot on you. Feel free to move around and get comfortable. I know this can be stressful on the knees, on the back. So again, feel free if you need to bolster, anything like that. With the strap, we're going to start with the right arm. I folded my strap in half like so, and what I'm doing is I've put my left hand into this gap that I've left here. Right hand comes up like we've done before. Left hand comes back. It's bound, and we're pulling and pulling. Back stays straight, gaze forward. There doesn't need to be a lot of tension here in the arms. Feel free to relax into it and let your breath draw you in. And I'm going to emphasize pulling the left hand down close to the floor to get a good stretch of the arms. Of course, this can be done without a strap. If you have the flexibility to clasp your own sort of hands from there, but I do not. So a strap it shall be. Just a little variation of the cow face pose. Exhale, we're coming back to center. Inhale. One moment. Okay. So again, now we're switching it up. Right hand comes in the center, left hand up. We're back in that bound pose, like so. Facing forward, focusing on the spine. Allowing that push and pull. Try not to overexert or cause too much tension in the arms, but allow ourselves to stretch. And really to your own comfort level here. Exhale. And what I'm going to do here, facing alongside my mat, we're going to come out of that hero's pose and into a child's pose. Really, your choice of how you want to focus it. You can go more traditional, hands back. I like to have my palms facing up like so when I do this. Or if you want to emphasize some of the shoulder work that we've done, you can do child's pose, drawing back into the pose with the arms. Once again, your choice. I'm just going to take a moment here. If you don't already have your hands in front of you, please bring them forward like so in your child's pose. We're going to start with our right, and we're just going to thread the needle here. On an exhale, right shoulder comes through, and here. And getting a stretch in the spine.
Exhale, coming back center in our child's pose. Just keep breathing. In this case, left arm comes through, we thread the needle, like so. Careful on the neck here, I'm keeping most of my pressure on my right arm here, not really jamming into my neck, that would be a no-no. Inhale, we're back to the center. Inhale, we're coming into a tabletop position, like so. Feel free, once again, to move around. I know we spent a decent amount of time in that kneeling position. What we're going to do from here, emphasis on the breath work and body position, we're going to do a series of cat-cows. So what I want you to do is inhale, we're coming up to our cat position, like so. Curvature in the spine here, strong in the arms. Exhale into cow. Body drops. This is the chest opener. I want you to focus on that. The head comes up, which really helps you draw in on the chest. You get good positioning here. Inhale, cat. Exhale into our cow position. Inhale, cow, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Once more, we're gonna come back just into a neutral tabletop, like so. We're gonna focus on just threading the needle one more time. And we'll start with the right hand. Again, same position. I'm getting stretched back like I'm going into my child's pose. Just threading the needle, like so. Inhale, back to center. Back to our tabletop. We're gonna exhale, come through with the thread needle. Inhale, back to our tabletop center. Now from here, I'm going to break into my into a vinyasa. So I'm going to draw back the legs like so. I'm in my high plank position. Low plank. Exhale. Inhale into cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. If possible, getting the heels flat to the mat. Feel free to pedal the legs out. If that feels right to you. And we're just going to repeat that flow one more time. So I'm exhaling into my plank. Once more, low plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale into my downward facing dog. What we're going to do from here, slowly walk the hands back so you're in a forward fold. We're just going to focus here on, because we're not trying to put a lot of pressure on the hamstrings and knees or anything like that. So I want you to have a bend in your knees as you're here. And once you feel that you're stabilized, I want you to bring the hands up and interlace. And we're doing a ragdoll variation. To interlace in the hands. I'm just going to hang here. Again, I've chosen to keep my knees bent here just to relieve pressure from the hamstrings. Not really focusing on that stretch at this moment. If this position is difficult for you, you can use a block or a bolster just for balance. Ultimately, here in my ragdoll, and we're just going to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The hands drop down. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale back into my forward fold. On an inhale, I just want you to sweep the hands up. Standing into a salutation, or excuse me, an overhead stretch. Exhale, dropping the hands into a prayer pose, like so. We're just going to take a moment here to breathe. Once again, inhale, we're in our mountain pose. Exhale, I'm dropping into a forward fold. So, again, if balance is tough for you here, I want you to use a bolster, a block. But what I'm going to do from here is we're going to twist and extend the hands upward. So again, if balance is tough for you in this position, I want you to make sure that you're not falling forward or anything like that. But I still have this slight bend in my knees. My left hand comes to the ground, or to my block, and my right hand faces up. So we're doing a twist from this downward position, similar to if you were in like a chair pose or something like that. So we're just getting just another spinal twist here, and this is a great stretch for me after some of the movements that we've used. Exhale, we're back to center. Inhale, left hand comes up.
facing towards the wall. Exhale, back here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back into my fold. And inhale, come up to an overhead stretch. And this one really trying to open the chest up here to continue our back stretch. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, we're back into mountain. Okay, from here, I want to start incorporating this. From here, I want to start incorporating my strap once more. And at this point, I don't have it in that fold like we had before. I'm actually wrapping around the hands like so. We're going to open up the shoulders here. I'm going to turn just so you can see the movement that I'm going with. And I struggle with some of the shoulder mobility when it comes to poses like a humble warrior and stuff like that. So we're going to start really slow here. You're getting tension in the strap, and I'm just going to come down just to make sure the video sees this. I'm getting tension in my strap. You can go as wide as you want here, and we're just going to open up the shoulders. So again, if you have any sort of shoulder injury, shoulder pain, I want you to skip this. Definitely not worth causing issue. Honestly, if you do have anything like that, I would just recommend maybe keeping the strap like this and going into more of like a forward fold. But for the purpose of what I want to do today, arms come up almost like we were in that breath of fire position again. I'm just going to choke up on my strap just a bit. And we're just going to open up the shoulders. So this arm comes back like so. Inhale. Wider here. And it's very slow coming back to this position. And we're just going to keep breathing in, coming forward. So, backwards, like so. We're really trying to open these shoulders up. Make sure you go wide here, because if you go too inward, it can create a violent jerk here. So you really want to make sure you've got a good width here. We're not overdoing it, but just bring the arms down, up. We're just going to repeat this process a couple more times at your own pace. On that, whatever feels comfortable to you. I'm just opening up the shoulders. Okay, on this final one, once I bring the arms back, we're going to fold forward like so. I'm starting with just the arms to the side, folding forward, and on an inhale, coming back like so. If you've got more flexibility, you can tighten that position, right? You can go wide, so you're not feeling as much pressure on the shoulders. Whatever's comfortable for you. We're prepping ourselves for a humble warrior. Full disclosure. I wanted to open up the shoulders first to do so. Inhale, you can come back like this. One more time, I'm going to exhale. And the forward fold. Bringing the arms back. Again, tighter if you have the range and flexibility. Wider if this is a tougher stance for you. Inhale, coming back up. All right, loosening up my strap. And once more, we're going to do just a shoulder stretch variation where the left arm comes up and over, and we're creating that pulling motion in this pose. And let me see, I just want to get just a better grip for myself. Feel free to adjust your grip accordingly. And I've got my left hand coming behind the neck, getting the shoulder almost parallel to my own head. I'm pulling down with this arm. So we're getting a stretch here. This is again because I really, at this point, do not have the shoulder flexibility to come meet the hands here. So this is a variation that I like, and I'm still getting the benefits of the shoulder stretch. And the higher you choke up on the strap, more in line with the pose that we're looking for. But again, at your own comfort, at your own flexibility, listen to your body. If anything feels painful, you can come out of this. So we're going to exhale, drop the hands down. Okay, this time, right hand comes up and down. Left hand does a counterbalance. And again, focusing on your spine. You don't want to get lazy in the spine. Keep that up, and we're just gonna choke in a little bit. On the strap, like so. Again, the higher up you go, the more in line with ultimately the pose that we're looking for. But again, at your own comfort. Exhale. Keeping with strap practice, we're going to do a variation with the strap. So, you notice I'm choking up on my strap like so. I'm in a mountain pose. And just inhaling, bring the hands over the head. On the exhale, I want you to just lean. Again, I'll turn for the camera. I want you to just lean to your left, and we're keeping the strap and focusing on hip alignment. We don't want to crunch too far in here. Just hinging here, and I've got my strap. If it helps you, you can choke up on it. If it helps you, you can go wide on it. Really not worried about exactly your pose, but we are getting a side stretch with the strap. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right lean. Inhale. So. Exhale. Hands come back to the center in a mountain pose. From here, you can lose the strap. This is the last bit that we're doing today with the strap. So we'll come back to just a neutral mountain pose. Once more. Inhale, arms come up, sweeping motion, an overhead stretch. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale that forward fold. Now let's walk back into a high plank. Low plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna inhale, bring the left knee towards the head. We're prepping ourselves for a warrior one pose. Inhale. Left foot's facing forward.
right foot I have a foot I have perpendicular, 90-degree angle. And we're in our Warrior One pose. I'm going to drop my right hand to my thigh. My left hand is going to come back into a reverse warrior. This is not really a back bend. This is more of an overhead stretch. So hand stays on the thigh. Again, really not looking for a back bend here, but more of an overhead stretch. That's the energy that you want to keep into this. Exhale, hands come center like so. I'm going to reach back, and hopefully I've stretched enough that I can do this. I'm going to reach back, bring myself into a humble warrior pose. Again, this one can be tough for me. So if binding the hands is tough, you can keep them more like so, and almost like a diver's pose. But if possible, we're coming into our humble warrior. Exhale, back to center. I'm going to step my right foot up, like so, towards the top of my mat. Inhale. Overhead stretch. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale. Excuse me. Exhale, forward fold. And from here, I'm going to walk back into my high plank. Walk or jump back into my high plank. Chaturanga. Inhale in the cobra. Exhale into a downward facing dog. Inhale, right knee comes forward towards the head, right foot steps in. We're going to inhale, Warrior One. Again, that right foot facing the top of your mat, left foot coming parallel like so. Take a moment here to breathe. Left hand comes down to your side. Right hand stretches upward into a reverse warrior. We're going to exhale, bring the hands back, like so, to the thighs. We're going to inhale, arms come back, and we're in our humble warrior. Again, not worry about overdoing it. For myself, flexibility is not really there. For the full pose, I've almost taken on a diver's variation. Take a moment in this humble warrior. Exhale, come back to the center, and we're just going to walk up into this mountain pose. Inhale, overhead stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now, from here, hands come down. You can either walk or jump back into your high plank. Low plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, Downward facing dog. And we're just going to bring the knees down here. We'll come back into a child's pose. And yogi's choice as to whether you're working out the shoulders or if you just bring yourself back to a more resting, centering position. We're going to inhale. Bring ourselves back to our hero's pose. Or kneeling, whichever one you're comfortable with. Taking just a moment here. We're going to cross the arms one more time. Twist to the left. Exhale, back to center. Right arm over left, and crossing the arms. Twisting to my left now. Exhale, back to center. We're going to drop neck forward like so. Clasp the hands. Let's get one last spinal stretch here. Exhale, back to center. Slowly make your way into Savasana. Finish out our practice today. Corpse pose. Excellent work today. Now once more. Coming once more grounded. Pulling our energy from the mat, from the earth. Center ourselves. And just take a moment to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feel free to move around a bit if you're feeling a little tight, but ultimately looking to relax. Find that sometimes I even like to have the palms facing up. Still really drawing energy in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hey, you know what, my friend? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
almost ready.
Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Imagine your belly button coming down into your spine. Feel like a lot of tension and stress just kind of melts away as we're in this pose. Feeling both vulnerable but very much of the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, and slowly make your way up to a comfortable position for yourself. And just take some time to reflect. Great work getting back on the mat today. Continue your practice. As always, I am Reggie Parker. Thank you for joining me, for working on yourself and your own journey. It is your practice, your body. You move at your pace. Listen to your body. If you ever feel pain in these positions, look for different modifications and things like that. If you have to sit out of a pose, that's perfectly fine. That is acceptable for really anyone. This is for yourself. So I need to look around and see what everyone else is doing. Focus in on yourself, because I myself have a lot of flexibility issues that I'm working through myself, as I've stated before. So thank you. Have a great day.